What's good, everybody? Quave, scary vid, man. IMR, scary tales. We got OnlyFans videos, 3 of them, bro. Hopefully you guys enjoy these. Really enjoy this channel. Link in the description down below. Let's get it started.
My wife Selena and I have been married for almost 5 years now. We met in the same workplace and fell for each other. I was a senior to her, so within the next few years, I got promoted to a big job role and had to shift to a new place.
That's what's up.
Selena had to quit to move with me, and I felt really bad that she had to give up her job for me. She tried to land new jobs here, but luck wasn't in her favor. Though we were well off depending on my job, I realized she was frustrated losing her financial independence. I didn't want to go over the line, so I never pushed her to join jobs with my recommendation. If I was in her place, I would have felt obligated too in that matter.
The guys making all this money, I'm looking at the kitchen. The kitchen look beautiful. It looks spectacular. Like if he wanna, you know what I'm saying, spoil me, I just be a sit-at-home wife. Sure. Mind you, not all women want to do that. But if I was a woman, yeah, I'll be a stay-at-home wife. You know what I'm saying? A nice house. My husband paying for everything. That wouldn't bother me one bit.
After I left the office, she was alone in the house all day. A few weeks went by like this, until one Sunday afternoon changed our lives forever.
She want her own money.
I was sitting on the balcony smoking a cigar when I heard Selena talking to her friend, Kayla. I could only hear what she said, which went like this.
Oh, please. You know I will never do that, Kayla. Yeah, right. You are such a flirt.
It's my
Please,
OnlyFans?
that's not my idea of fun. No thanks, but you please be safe. I've heard websites like these can get you in trouble.
Man, go ahead and start that OnlyFans up.
Yeah, bye.
Sis?
After she disconnected the call, I couldn't hold my curiosity. So I asked her, what was she and Kayla talking about? She told me her friend Kayla runs an OnlyFans account. Not having the slightest idea about this website, I kept glancing at her with a blank face.
How you know what OnlyFans
where
is?
women can earn money from followers.
So, these followers just pay you?
Obviously not.
For services,
you have to fulfill their wishes.
Yeah.
Oh, what wishes?
Strip.
You know, flirting with them and sending them private pictures.
What?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, but it's all in your control. Like, if you don't want someone bothering you, then you can remove them and stuff like that.
How much is Kayla earning from all this?
Well, about $50 to $100 a day.
Dang.
What? That's crazy.
That's like over 3,000.
Yeah, she was telling me to do OnlyFans until I land a new job.
Then, why aren't you?
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, of course.
So you want his wife to share pictures of herself naked to random men for money? I got a 4-letter word for that. C-U-C-K. Cuck. What?
Your wife to share her private pictures with strangers for money.
For real?
No, not your pictures. I have a great idea.
Arthur, you are confusing me.
I fired up my laptop on the tea table and asked Selena to sit beside me. And then I explained to her my plan. Let's say you create an account in this OnlyFans site.
Okay.
Now, you add followers and talk to them. They ask you to send your private pictures, but instead of sending your snaps, you can always download from Google and other sites. You know, from where?
Okay.
No one will know it's not you and some other chick.
I see.
Think about it. You'll earn as much money as any other user, right?
Scam them.
I don't know. Sites like this are jam-packed with creeps.
That's why this plan is brilliant. The creeps are seeing some other chick and you get the money. Come on, it'll be fun. Also, I'll be right beside you. It's easy money, Selena. Think about it. She thought about it.
Making them business moves.
In the next few hours,
Good idea.
I created her account, put a profile picture of a girl wearing a swimsuit.
Cause listen, those simps gonna simp, bro. Simps gonna simp. You might as well go ahead and extort them and get that money, man. They so much of a coomer, they'll see any type of naked pic, they'll throw money at her. So hey, I say, why not go ahead and get some random women offline and Google download it, Google image, download it, and put it on the OF and get some money.
We added some more pictures that were randomly selected from the internet, but enough to grab attention. I was stunned by the growth of her account in such a short span. She gained 2,000 followers in just 3 weeks and started interacting with them. Sometimes we even made fun of people in chat by asking for more money. And some people were willing to pay anything just to see naked pictures. It was a mundane Tuesday night. I was watching TV when I heard Selena say,
Whoa, what a freak.
I immediately looked at her and saw she was staring at my laptop with a cringed face. What's wrong?
God, this dude is creeping the hell out of me. Why is he sending me pics of his hairy chest?
I sprung towards her and looked at her OnlyFans account.
Down bad.
Maybe he wants you to count them.
Ah, not funny, Arthur.
What's the big deal? Just
Send
remove
his
them from
hairy
your followers
chest.
list.
He's asking me to send pics of my bare back.
Download one from Google and ask for $100 in return. I expected the men will go away after hearing the amount for only one pic. But
There's sense,
surprisingly,
bruh. They gonna
he
buy
paid
it.
the money without saying anything. But as soon as he opened the picture, he sent a pretty disturbing text to my wife.
I want to see the real
This
you.
guy named Lone Wolf 69 said,
Listen,
"This isn't you. I want to see the real you."
if you want to see the real me, it's gonna cost more. If you want to see the real me, you gonna have to pay $5,000, and he'll send the 5,000. He'll send the 5,000. I think for something like this, just to see her back, I'll show the back. It ain't nothing but my backside. That's crazy though. They in the messages. They over there making fun of him. They still sending money.
Arthur, what the shit is this? How did he know?
Relax. Let me talk to him. I took the laptop from her and texted. "Of course it's me, darling. What are you saying? Do you want more photos?" What the man said next swept the ground beneath my feet. "Let me talk to your wife. I have no interest in talking to her husband."
Oh my god, how the hell?
But before
Stalking?
Selena could finish her words, the laptop screen got covered with glitches, and somehow our webcam turned on, connecting us to a video call.
What the heck?
I don't know how it happened, but the only possible explanation was that we got hacked by this Lone Wolf 69. A red room opened on our screen. At first, there was no one on the other side.
Boy, what the heck?
But slowly, a figure started to appear from the darker corner. As soon as
hell?
it came to light,
She's like a
my
Muppet.
wife screamed in horror. It was an old man dressed like a little girl. He had braids tied with ribbons, wore a tattered pink frock, and had red lipstick smeared all over his mouth that made him look vicious.
And the crazy thing is, I would still smash, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. Gotta get in where you fit in, man. Gotta get in where you fit in. This is weird, though. I ain't gonna lie. This is weird. It's definitely weird.
His attire made my skin crawl.
Yeah.
He grinned at us real big and said, "You can't fool me." How did you? "It doesn't matter how I did it. What matters is what I'm going to do next."
Dealing with a hacker, nah.
He looked at Selena, who was sobbing in fear sitting beside me, and ran his fingers on the camera as if he was running them onto her body. "You freak!" I
Nutcase.
tried to close the website and even turn off the laptop, but nothing was working. "You can try, silly boy, but you can't get rid of me so easily."
Close the
He then
laptop.
got up from the screen and started to drag something towards us that was lying on the ground. What happened next was beyond our
And he
imagination.
kidnapping too?
He dragged a woman from the ground who seemed to be tied and made her sit in front of the screen.
Oh my god, Kayla!
Now
Oh, that's her
you'll know
friend.
What happens when you try to fool your fans?
Oh. Nah, bruh, crazy.
We had no idea how he reached Kayla, but considering his hacking skills, it wasn't hard to guess that he knew more about us than we knew about him. Kayla was in tears, but couldn't cry as her mouth was duct taped.
She finna die.
The man then picked up a trimmer and started to shave Kayla's head in front of our eyes. I wanted to call the cops, but what will I report to them? We don't know anything about this man's whereabouts. Still,
Why
I
shave her-
dialed 911 on my phone.
Why shave her
when
head?
The man screamed, "If you call the cops,
Ooh.
I will slit her throat and gouge out her eyes right in front of you."
Oh, nah, he did her dirty. He looked like a woman and she looked like a man, bruh. I'ma still hit.
Please, stop this. Let my
Wait.
friend go.
Selena said while pleading to him. I kept the phone down after being threatened by this psycho. He then shaved Kayla's eyebrows and licked her cheek while looking
Disgusting.
right into our eyes.
Tongue black
Poor
too.
Kayla. I could only imagine what she was going through at that point. He then grinned one more time and said, "Don't worry, I'll let her go. She is not the one I want. It's your wife." I want to see how she looks inside of those clothes for real. Goodbye, Arthur. I'll see you soon,
Nasty.
Selena. And then he kissed the cam like he was kissing my wife, and the screen went black. We sat down in silence,
Oh no, why ain't
trying
kiss her
to
back?
anticipate what had just happened. I eventually called the cops, and they started looking for Kayla, who was last seen shopping at the supermarket that day. 2 days went by, and then one night, we heard a loud banging on our door. Thinking it was that man trying to abduct my wife, I came down with a baseball bat while Selena picked up a kitchen knife.
You need to get a gun.
But as we opened our door, we found Kayla lying on our porch and saw a speeding black van drive away.
This man is
She was
insane.
unconscious and had various injuries all over her body.
Dang,
The
he
cops
didn't.
were called, and they interrogated her about this man. Kayla said she was putting groceries in her car when someone hit her from behind. What happened after that isn't hard to guess. I just hope this man gets arrested soon, before he attempts to abduct my wife.
Nah, you might have to flee the country after that. Bro is a nutcase, smearing makeup, dressing like a farm girl, got a wig on. They try to turn the investment to a finessement. You know what I'm saying? You heard it here first.
A few weeks after I moved to college, I realized something important. I needed some other source of income. My parents were making a big effort to pay for everything that was necessary, and I was very grateful for that. Still, I couldn't help but think that I was missing something.
You're broke.
I wanted to party, buy things, and have lunch in nice places, but I just didn't have the money for it. So I started looking for work. Since I applied to several interviews without getting any success, I had a new idea: work on social media. Some friends had told me about how much they earned on OnlyFans, so that seemed like a good option. I had everything. My body was slim and attractive, and my other social networks had many followers.
I ain't gonna lie. Jane_193. She kind of looked like Michael Jackson in the face, but she do got the mommy milkers, so she gonna make some money. She gonna make some money for sure.
I just had to create an account and start. But when I was about to do it, I realized that I wasn't comfortable exposing myself like that. I had nothing against women doing it. It was just that I personally didn't want to.
You need some money. Jobs ain't hiring you. Come on, show them titties, sis. Go ahead, show those tatas, those mommy milkers. If you want, you can just show feet. If you don't want to show your body, just show your feet. Plenty of women over there just showing only feet, making thousands of thousands. Sweetie, go ahead, yeah.
Searching for some other options, I discovered that the traffic of images of feet on OnlyFans was high and very well paid.
Feet are
so
disgusting.
Finally, I did it. I created a profile. I advertised it on my other social networks, and I started receiving money thanks to my beautiful feet. In the first few weeks, it wasn't too much, but I was fine with it. One afternoon, a large amount of money arrived. Surprised, I realized that a person had given me a tip. In gratitude, I decided to write to them. The username was FeetLover02. Thank you very much for the tip.
I'm the one who should be thanking you. Do you sell exclusive photos?
The question took me by surprise.
I want one, just for me.
At first, the request made me feel a bit uncomfortable, but I soon convinced myself that it was a normal thing on OnlyFans.
Okay.
I finally accepted it and sent some exclusive photos to the person, who paid me a good amount of money, which made me very happy.
I ain't gonna lie, a woman's body is beautiful. But the thing that you want most out of everything you could have asked for from a woman's body, you asked for the feet. You ain't asked for the titties. You ain't asked for them succulent, thick thighs. You know what I'm saying? The feet? Bro, I don't know, bro. Maybe it's just me. I'm kink shaming. Feet are disgusting. Feet are gross. I don't know. And then don't get me started on the people that put toes in their mouth. Man, hey, I'm gonna be honest, bro. If you watching this and you put toes in your mouth, bro, go ahead, unsub, bro. That shit is disgusting, bro.
day, the user contacted me at the same time and asked me for a new exclusive photo.
They are so fucking perfect. Perfection in a photo.
Their comments gradually became more weird, but I just ignored them.
That's
I
OnlyFans,
wish I
sis.
could see them in person.
The moment I saw that message, that's when I couldn't take it anymore. I don't do that kind of stuff.
I could pay you lots of money.
Their insistence made me very uncomfortable. I'm
How
not
much?
going to accept. Please don't insist.
I need them.
I couldn't believe what was happening. Stop it. Unfortunately, it seemed I had met a weird...
Bruh said, I need it. Heck no, bro. Nah, bro, fiending over some feet. At least fiending over like some titty meat or something, bro. Some, in the words of BHD, some spring break titties or something. Bro, bro, talking about some feet, bro. Get out of here, man. Get out. Get out. Boo, tomatoes, tomatoes, throw it tomatoes.
and sick person. What's wrong with you, you sick bastard? Before I could block them, another message arrived.
They will be mine in June.
I panicked the moment I saw my name written on the message. But I felt even worse when I deduced that the person had to be one of my followers who knew certain information about me. For example, the university I was currently in.
You want to feed
Overwhelmed
bad.
with fear, I decided to delete my OnlyFans account and everything I had posted about it on my
What?
other social networks,
Just block them.
which calmed me down for a few weeks.
Block.
I didn't tell many people about the incident, as it made me so nervous that I preferred to just forget about it. But when I thought it was over, the exclusive images that person had purchased were sent to all my accounts. The accounts were newly created. Clearly, they were doing it to torment me. Blocking every one of those accounts didn't make me feel any better. In fact, I began to feel in danger. I became paranoid.
That's
I
creepy,
couldn't
though.
even go out with my friends or acquaintances because I didn't trust them. What if one of them was Feet Lover 02? What would they do to me?
I
I
doubt it.
couldn't get the last message they wrote me
Oh, no,
out of my
bruh.
head. They will be mine. Not me. They just meant my feet. The weeks went by, and my closest friends became more and more worried about me. They said it wasn't healthy for me to stay in the campus dorm most of the time. I was still very scared, but one night, I finally agreed to go out with them. Even though I stayed alert, I was able to relax for the first time in weeks. It was really fun. Unfortunately, I was still suspicious.
He's
So
still in
when
the
they
theater?
told me they could walk me to my bedroom if I wanted, I said no and went alone. After all, the dorm was very close, and I had bought pepper spray to defend myself. When I entered the dormitory building, I was hit
Oh!
on the head and passed out.
That was so loud.
Wake up, Sleeping
Oh
Beauty.
my god, that was so loud.
My vision was blurry, but I was able to see a young man in front of me. He had his face covered.
Did you sleep well? I hope so. With that energy, you might be able to handle what I'm about to do.
What? Who?
About to cut her
Don't
feet
you
off?
recognize me? I'm your good friend, Feet Lover 02. Or at least, we were friends until someone decided to stop talking to me. Right, June?
After listening to him, I was finally able to fully wake up and realize the situation I was in. That young man had brought me to my room and tied my hands together behind my back.
Sick.
My feet, meanwhile, were tied to the ends of the bed.
Looks like someone already noticed. If you don't mind, I'm going to put this on you.
He covered my mouth with tape to prevent me from calling for help.
cut
I
the-
tried to scream anyway.
We'll cut her feet off?
Stop, or I'll be less nice to you. I promise I'll cause you more pain.
My heart was beating very fast. I was terrified.
This is all your fault, June.
The feet
You
fanatic.
had the opportunity to give them to me without it being against your will.
Feet
but
monster.
you chose this. This is your choice.
I looked at him while I remained still. He was beyond sick. He was absolutely insane.
Evil.
Bet you already guessed what I'll do. But I'll tell you anyway, June. I told you you would be mine. So, I'm going to cut off those pretty feet of yours. Soon, they will be all mine.
Does he have like a feet collection?
In the middle of the panic, I could
Like, do we have a collection at his house in a vase on a floating shelf of feet? Like, what does the feet? Like, this man busting a nut over some feet. What's wrong with him? He the feet fiend, the feet fanatic, the feet freak.
tell that I had already heard that voice before, but I was so scared that I didn't remember who it belonged to.
Enough talk. Let's begin.
At that moment, I began to move my body as much as I could. I couldn't let him do it.
I told you if you do something, I will hurt you more.
I had to stop, because if there was a way to escape, it wasn't this one.
Oh, my perfect feet.
He just stared at my feet for a long time. He even seemed like he forgot about me. That's how I managed to figure out what to do. When he brought out the saw he planned to cut off my feet with, I let him. The pain was terrible. The worst I had ever felt in my life. But while he was distracted doing that, I untied my hands. There was a lot of blood by the time I managed to grab the blade I had kept under my bed in case I was attacked.
There we go.
Quickly, I stabbed the blade
There we
the
go.
side of his torso, and as he writhed in pain, I untied my feet. I ran out of the room screaming as my mouth was no longer covered. The people who came out of their rooms were shocked to see the trail of blood that I left on the floor. After the incident, my foot was able to recover, but not me. Even if my attacker, the youngest son of a neighbor, had died that night, I wouldn't feel safe. For this reason, I deleted each of the profiles I had on social networks. I dropped out of university and returned to my parents' house. I never wanted to be alone again.
Man was so down terrible for feet, he was gonna cut it off and have it as a collection. Bro went sicko mode on the feet. I just don't understand. Feet it ain't attractive. I will be, yes, I will be kink shaming. Feet are not attractive. Even if they polished up red, white, the toe, no. You got to go outside, bro. You got to touch grass. You have to let the sun rays hit your skin, bro. This ain't normal. This is not something normal people do, bro. For real.
Being a popular girl on social media, one is exposed to all kinds of nasty comments. I lost count of men who said obscenities or asked me for nudes. That wasn't something I would do, but it was fun to upload provocative photos to my account. So, of course, when I discovered the existence of OnlyFans and the possibility of monetizing it, I created an account without thinking twice.
Of course.
After a few months, my account had already exploded. It was a total success. I was surprised by the amount of money I could earn doing something I like. Also, to my surprise, the clients were quite polite and
100 a month? Baby Flame, I know for a fact you don't look that good for 100 a month. Come on, bro. 100 for what? I can get more content out of Netflix, bro. Come on, bro. 100 for what, bro? A lot of times these chicks use OnlyFans as their second Instagram. Not saying that they can't do that, but I'm just saying, charging a second Instagram for 100 a month, you're not even taking no cock. At least if you was taking some meat, nah, I wouldn't pay $100 for Netflix. What I look like paying 100 for a woman monthly?
reserved, as if the ones saying obscenities were just teenagers who couldn't pay for my photos. Among all of them, there was one customer in particular who always bought my photos. He started being polite, thanked me, and treated me well, until one day I opened my inbox, not knowing that this day would be the last day I would use my account.
Hi. I'd like to know what you do uploading such provocative pictures outside of OnlyFans.
With all due respect, I don't think it's any of your business, I wrote angrily.
Yes, it is my business, since I pay to see your pictures. The fact that others touch themselves looking at your pictures for free Seems very disrespectful to a long-time customer like me.
I'm sorry you feel offended, but the content I upload to OnlyFans is different. If you still don't like me uploading photos to my normal account, don't buy from me anymore. Thanks.
Listen to me, you ungrateful bitch. Do you know how much I paid for your photos? If I see you giving them away for free, then you owe me that money, and I want you to pay me back.
But you wouldn't have been in this predicament in the first place if you wasn't simping, bro. But then again, there's a market for it. Supply and demand, bro. There's a supply. There's a demand from simps that want to see women so bad and their bodies so bad that they're willing to send money. So they just supplying that demand. Can't really get mad at it too much. Can't really be that too much, man. If you wanna get scammed and finesse and pay $100 for a second Instagram, okay. Like I said, bro, if you was taking some cock, you know what I'm saying? If you was taking some penis, at least it's some content that I can't get from anywhere else. But still, 100 is crazy.
Owe me that money, and I want you to pay me back.
Have a good life, weirdo. With that said, I blocked him and got rid of the problem. One of the advantages of anonymity is that if you don't like someone, you can block them. I admit that at the time, those messages made me feel really bad, but I tried to pretend that I was strong and say that it didn't affect me. I decided to go take a hot bath to forget about the jerk. When I came back, I would start studying for an algebra exam. When I returned, the relaxation I had vanished the moment I opened the computer and saw my notifications. My screen was full of messages, all from different accounts, with the message "ungrateful bitch" and my home address at the bottom. Panicking, I cried and blocked all the accounts and deleted all the messages, but they kept popping up.
Bleachy bit.
Not knowing what was going on, I received a video call on Skype, and hesitantly, I answered it, turning off my camera.
Why? Do you still think it's a good idea to block me now, you little bitch?
He spoke without the webcam, in a violent but arrogant tone. How do you have my home address? Why are you doing this to me? I said in tears.
Because people like you deserve this.
What? What did I do?
Don't play innocent now. You're living to tease other men. You pretend to be nice via messages, then you talk to 20 other men.
Yeah, and you fell for the okie doke, bro. That's how it go, bro. Don't get mad because you fell for the finessement. You trying to get the money back? No, sir. You already got, bro. You was simping and thirsting so bad for some pics that you could look online and other porn sites. Hey, man, that's your fault. That's your fault. You got scammed, man.
His tone denoted contempt. This man believed every word he said to me. We are nothing. I can talk to whoever I want anytime I want. Who do you think you are to tell me who I can talk to?
You're wrong. We are something. I'm your client, and the client is always right. You shouldn't have blocked the client.
You're a psycho. Leave me alone or I'll call the police. I yelled at him.
And what will you tell them? That a man is saying bad words to you on the internet? Let me give you a good reason to call the police.
Then the man turned on his webcam, but I didn't see his face. What I saw frightened me more than any other image.
Ooh.
I remember how my blood froze.
Right at the house?
I was paralyzed with fear, and I was so shocked that I couldn't even get tears from my eyes. This man's camera was showing my house.
You shouldn't have blocked me,
he said in a dry and low tone.
Bro, it's crazy.
Suddenly, I felt very dizzy and felt like throwing up. My head started to hurt as if it was being slammed against a wall.
Nah, don't pass.
It was hard to breathe normally, and I started hyperventilating.
About to pass out?
I called the police as fast as I could, without losing sight of the man, who I could now see through my window, just standing there, looking in my direction.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He look like a buyer of OnlyFans, bro. Yeah, it makes sense. Yes, sir. Pillsbury Doughboy. Looking ass, man.
The police told me they would get there as quickly as possible, but I decided to film him with my cell phone in case he tried to escape. But when my camera was pointed at his position, the man was no longer there. Instead of him, I saw only my mother coming in after shopping.
Mom, get out of here! Go, run to a neighbor's house. There's a man trying to break into the house.
I shouted in desperation. She barely reacted to what I shouted. Her face was still one of surprise and confusion when, out of nowhere, the man came out of a bush with a baseball bat and started hitting her wildly in the body.
Who are you? Help! Help!
Cried my mother desperately.
Leave her alone, sicko! The police are on their way. They're gonna kill you for this. Please, somebody help us. He's beating my mom.
I screamed at the top of my lungs,
She
crying
gone.
both from helplessness
ain't gonna help her?
and from seeing what
She
they
gone,
were doing
bruh.
to my mother.
This is your fault, too. This is what happens to you when you raise a fucking whore. Do you like her? Are you like your daughter? She probably likes to be beaten, too.
Please, stop.
I barely heard my mother whisper,
She gone,
no
bruh.
longer strong enough to scream.
Do you see this? This will also happen to your father, to your siblings and friends, even to the stupid cat you have in your room.
Bro, it's crazy.
This will happen to
Cats
all of
too?
them if you ever send pictures of yourself to anyone else. Can you see this? This is your fault. From now on, you are mine and only.
You willing to hurt her and everybody in her family and the cat because of some pictures. Some pictures you could get for free on the internet. He gone insane, lost his mind because of some pics. Some pictures, bro. This man is a coomer, bro. Coom, bro. 24/7, bro. The only thing he knows, sex, titty, booty. Like, bruh, his brain is so fried off of naked pics, he done lost his gosh darn cotton picking mind.
Mine.
Shouted the man, while he was still hitting my mother, who had already lost consciousness. I was still screaming in despair,
Gotta get a
crying
gun.
uncontrollably. Many of the neighbors were looking out the window, but none of them decided to come out and do something.
What?
I shouted at them, but once I looked in their direction, they went back to hide in their houses. Luckily, the stalker was so furious that he didn't see the police car coming, and when he did, it was too late. The man dropped his baseball bat and ran desperately, but one of the two officers caught up with him in a matter of seconds and knocked him to the ground.
Can't run nowhere.
I will be
Anytime
back.
soon.
You'll see. No bars are going to stop me. You're mine.
He shouted with anger, but at the same time, some resignation. The other police officer stayed behind, calling an ambulance for my mother, who did not know if she was still alive. I ran downstairs with the officer, and when I saw my mother, I began to hug her,
Crack
crying.
the head open a little bit.
A few days later, my mother was in intensive care. Luckily, she had only received a few blows to the head, so I assumed that everything that happened was a warning from the stalker, but it got out of control. Shortly after, I found out that the man had been released from prison. Fortunately, he was not released to the streets, but was again locked up in a mental institution.
Oh.
This person
I
was
was about
still
to say.
obsessed with me, screaming my name at the time of sentencing
Nut.
and as the cops took him away. When we returned home, we decided to move, and despite having quit social media, there is not a day that goes by that I don't look out my window in fear, waiting to see this man standing in my backyard, looking at me again.
Alright, that's it. That's the 3 OnlyFans horror stories, bro. 3 fellas is down terrible, tremendously, bro. First one, the guy talking about cutting off some feet, and then the guy over there fiending about some woman's pics, man. Come on, bro. You outside touching grass. The sun rays is penetrating your skin, and you still acting a monkey, a fool? Come on, bro. It can't be this down bad, bro. Like I said, I can't really be too mad at the women, bro, because there's simps that's ready to pay, bro. They ready to pay. They'll pay the 50, the 100 just to see something, bro. And it's like, bro, you can just get it for the freebie, bro. You can get it for the freebie. You don't gotta spend $50, $100 a month for some pics. She didn't even say vids, bro. Some pics, some pictures. What am I supposed to do with some pictures, bro? I can't nut to no pic. We're gonna cut that part out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Quaymax, aka your favorite OnlyFans creator.